What is up, folks? Welcome to episode 7 of the BrinkCast. The Canucks are on a bit of a roll, but the story this week is largely overshadowed by the JT Miller trade. It appears the soap opera in Vancouver may finally be over. Bedard pulled off one of the nastiest goals of his young career this week, and Ovechkin continues his chasing history. Meanwhile, at home, I've had to break out the old snot sucker this week. If you know, you know. And of course, we've got some Super Bowl talk. My name is Tice, and I'm only one half of this program. Joining me, as always, is a father of 3. He's a musician. He's an educator. He's also a self-proclaimed funny guy. My oldest friend and dad, Jay Brink. What's going on? How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Self-proclaimed funny guy. I like that. That's very true. That's the truest thing you said of all those things. And father of 3. That's exactly right. I'm good. I'm very good. That's a lot to cover this week.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of action in the last 24 hours.
It certainly has been. We were planning to record this last night, and it would have... Yeah, I'm glad we waited till tonight because there's a lot that happened in the last 24 hours. When it comes to our beloved Canucks there in Vancouver. And good to be with you on this chilly Saturday evening.
Another cold one. It
sure is.
It is very cold.
Yeah.
Last night we were out in, tonight we were out in Emerald Park, Pilot Butte for a hockey game. And man, it's freezing. It's like a blizzard out there on the highway.
Pilot Butte. Yeah.
It's insanity.
Nice. Right on.
It's all good. Hey. Yeah. You have a 6-month-old now.
We have a 6-month-old at home. Yeah, big story this week in the Brinkworth household. 6 months, half a year.
That's huge.
Scotty J, happy half birthday. It's massive. The last 6 months have been incredible and have gone by in what seems to be a blur. We're into February now. Longest month of the year is behind us, and honestly, it didn't feel that long. This year, just because it's kind of been a whirlwind week to week, and that's one of the things you find out as a parent, a new parent, and something else that you find out as a new parent. There's gonna be times you're gonna find yourself doing things that you never thought you would be doing, or never even knew were possible. Really. Not the first time I've had to do this, but our little 6-month-old had came down with a cold, and she was very, very, very congested over the last couple weeks. So we brought out the old snot sucker. Have you had any experience with this tool?
So I'm guessing at 6 months old, they don't know how to blow their nose yet by themselves.
I know. I kept
That's the problem.
That was my first thought. I held a Kleenex up to her nose. I said, Kate, blow your nose. First of all, I just handed her the box. She didn't grab it and didn't really know what to do with it. So I tried to get her to blow. Couldn't get much out. So we had to turn to alternative measures.
It's a learned skill.
Yes.
Well, I was talking to Laura about this, and she reminded me that when Cooper was little, we had one of these. And she used it. I don't believe I ever used it, and for obvious reasons, which I believe you'll tell. But no, I'm aware of it. Yes, yeah, I'm aware of it, and now you're living the dream.
Yeah, I mean, super helpful and happy to do it, obviously. But it was a little bit of a learning curve. Had used it a little bit when she was a little younger. Was a little easier because she wasn't as mobile and now she's fighting, and I don't blame her. I would be choked if someone was trying to do this to me too, obviously. So understand where she's coming from there. But
what's the process?
Yeah, so I think it's literally called a snot sucker. We call it a snot sucker anyway. Basically, the parents out there are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's basically a tube hooked up to a little. Just like a little cartridge kind of thing, and you pop a filter in there so the snot doesn't come through the nozzle up the straw and into your mouth. So, and then basically you stick this little nozzle in their nose and suck away, and you pull out a lot of good stuff and help them breathe a little easier. But this week we were doing this pretty much daily. this last week because she was super congested. And I think it was like early in the week, probably second time using it, had just freshly washed it. And obviously it wasn't completely dry. So I go to use this sucker, and I'm giving it a good pull on the straw there and getting a lot of stuff out. I can see it coming out. Now I feel like this liquid shooting into the back of my throat. And yeah, there was a couple minutes of gagging there, just much like you just did there. And but it was just the water that was in the tube. But to me, it seemed a little too real. I thought I was getting mucus right to the back of the throat there. So been doing a lot of that this week. Happy to report she's doing better. Haven't had to pull that out in a couple days. So snot sucker, helpful tool, but also rather disgusting.
You're saving lives.
I don't
really. You're keeping her alive. That's amazing. Now every time I drink something out of a straw, I'm not going to be able to not think of this.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Wow. But see, now you've just like proven how things have changed in the last 6 months.
Yeah. No, it's good. And I was actually gonna. I don't think I mentioned this because I was afraid of jinxing it. We haven't had a blowout in quite some time.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
She's rolling.
Everything's moved north now.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, rolling onto her stomach. So most of the number twos are happening when she's on her stomach. But today, me and her had a little bit of a episode when Mom was out of the house. It was daddy, daughter. We were playing, having a good time, and she didn't really show any signs that she had done any damage, but I thought before her nap, obviously I'll change her diaper, and I pulled it open, and there was the most amount of substances that I have ever seen to this point. I don't know how it wasn't out leaking everywhere. And she's super mobile, as I'd mentioned. So you try and wrangle her ankles. I can't fit both of her ankles in my one hand anymore. So take the diaper off. She gets both feet in the diaper. She's kicking. She's reaching over. She's kicking me. I got poop all over my sweatshirt. And it was quite a scene. And I was screaming, and the dogs came running. And it was just me and her. But she was laughing. I was laughing amidst the panic and trying to keep it off the walls and carpet and everything. But so exciting times.
What a champ you are.
And it was good. But we haven't had that happen in quite some time.
In a while. Well, now she's hiding it.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Just when you mentioned that, I don't really remember you guys so much. It must have happened. But that was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But I remember Coop, and I remember changing him, and I remember when he got squirmy. Like I remember that moment. And it was tricky. I thought we were going to have to bring in some rodeo tactics.
Yeah.
And tie him up. But because it was hard to change a diaper. Like it was hard to like...
More getting the feet under control so there's not poopy feet flying around is the biggest challenge. And we're going to have to start strapping her down, I think.
No kidding. Get some duct tape, and here, I think we have some back here we can lend you to just lock it down. Yeah, no, she's doing great though. It's been fun. It's February already. I think we're... dare I say on the back nine of winter here? I hope so. And just think today, can't wait to get out in the backyard with her, play and get out in the pool and float around and everything. So that's teach her how to blow her own nose
in the house. Yeah,
get her using the potty.
Yep,
that's going to be entertaining. Like all these exciting things coming up for the listeners to check in on.
Yeah,
but the snot sucker thing, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
that
fun.
Is
sucking snot.
Wow, I just sit here in my own little world of playing drums and running to hockey games and don't realize all the stuff that you're doing.
Wow.
Until we get together
I don't really realize the stuff that I'm doing either. It's just
it's just happening.
Whatever you gotta do.
It's your reality now.
Yeah.
Here we are. This is what happens.
Yep.
Wow. But she is mobile. We saw a couple of the videos, and man, I said, and it is February, and one of us, the younger one of us, has a birthday coming up this month, and I said today to Laura, I think she's going to be crawling by your birthday.
Yeah.
I think she's right on the verge of like getting going.
It's gonna happen.
And then the entertainment begins.
Yeah. And then
Holy.
and the barriers need to come out, and
Yeah.
we got a big playpen / fence thing.
I said to my
ready
mother-in-law
go.
today, you guys might have an electric fence in there.
Yeah.
In the living room area. That's pretty funny. That's crazy though. Like this first year and now it's, you realize when they're still, you have some control.
Yeah.
They start
the
moving.
Control is slowly.
Slip it away.
dwindling, but-
Slip it away. And I think her and the dogs are going to gang up on you guys.
Oh man, I know.
they're going to be a team.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But she's doing good.
Doing great. Had first human food tonight too. Just hitting everybody with a lot of updates here, but she tried yogurt for the first time. Didn't love it. Made a mess. Dogs had a blast, and just a sign of things to come, I think.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Sorry, my headphones just came unplugged there.
Hey, no problem.
It's a technical disaster here tonight.
Yeah,
but we're all good.
It's all good. So, moving away from my household, what's going on with you? I hear you got a bathroom repair.
Well, I got a project. I got another project.
Yeah.
I got another project. So when we started the podcast, this is episode 7, which is awesome.
Yeah.
When we started the podcast, we did a pilot episode. We did we did a test run of our thing, and there was a bathroom faucet that I replaced, and it was kind of a funny segment on the thing. No one heard, whatever. It was kind of funny. But I have another one coming up in our shower in the bathroom. Actually, it's both showers. I didn't realize, but both our showers around the tub and the bottom of the shower, there's a bit of mold on the caulking, and I've got to peel that out. I just redo it there's water on it all the time, and this happens, so you got to just redo it. But I'm not a fan of doing that.
I'm not a fan of mold on my caulk either.
No, it's terrible. And when you
need.
No. But the process of and we've talked about this before, but I'm not the handiest guy. I'll try certain things. There's certain things I can pull off, and I know my limits. But I think I could do this.
Yeah.
But I'm not afraid to call someone if it's all going south. So I've got to cut all the caulking out from around the tub in the shower and redo it. Mm-hmm. And we talked before about using a baby wipe and the tricks that come along with helping out. And if anybody, had any input on, how to do the best job, please let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. But I think that might be this week's project. There's some time this week to get that done. So hopefully I can get this caulking done and get it all fixed up and get the mold removed.
Yeah. Well, if you need a hand, give me a call. I'd love to come over and do some
to
caulking.
Bring the snot sucker.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be...
blow it out the other way.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be helpful in this case, but
right.
we got baby wipes. So.
Yeah, that's right. We've actually.
I think you can do it. I think this project is something that isn't like house altering. You're not gonna.
Right.
I don't think you can screw this one up too badly. So.
I don't think so. No, and there's been other ones I've done before. Like years ago at another house, I replaced a bathroom toilet seal. Have you ever done that? Because it's a pretty big job. And I can't actually believe I did it. No. So you have to pull the whole toilet off and then it's just the
flange or whatever.
The seal inside. And that was a pretty brave move, but I actually did it. And I was pretty proud that I actually pulled that off because I thought for sure something was going to fall through the floor.
2 weeks later, you're probably still thinking, I hope that's
still going to last.
Well,
don't. Every time I was in the bathroom, I was waiting for like something to go wrong. Yeah. But I know my limits. Like when we did the reno out here, and got the walls redone and everything. And I was going to try the mudding and taping. Have you ever done that?
That's not a horrendous job. I've done some patch jobs, but not full. Yeah, full drywall.
I thought at first, I'm going to give this a shot, and I think I did one strip, and I was like, I'm out. Got to call a guy.
Yeah,
and then the guy comes in, and they're like magic.
Yeah, they're fast.
They're insane, and you can't have like. There's some blemishes on the wall here from my painting and stuff, but you can't have like seams everywhere. So I know I don't like doing that.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. That's kind of what I do too. I'm still young and stupid enough where I think I can do most of this stuff, but if it's like I said, house altering or potential to result in a more costly,
and time.
Yeah.
Call the guy.
Yeah.
Always Always call a guy. Like I called my buddy Rob to fix the hot tub.
That's right. Yeah, I got a lot of handy friends in my
Exactly.
phone, so
Yeah, that's that, and I think that's what you need is to surround yourself with that.
pretty embarrassing though, honestly, asking them for favors like that, and they come over and they whip it up in like half an hour, and you're like, oh wow, well that looked quite easy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we had a couple weeks ago. I was down on the treadmill, which that's going great, by the way. Just so you know, I just did 7 days in a row, 10,000 steps every day. Now, to some people, they're probably like, that's a joke. But to me, that's a big deal.
No, that's good.
And I've been using it lots. But I had it plugged into an outlet downstairs that we usually did. And something happened one morning and it sparked. And I was like, what's going on?
God.
And it shut out some of the outlets, but it didn't blow a breaker in the basement. So I was like, well, that's not my thing. So I called a guy. Got a guy I know, a fellow musician.
Yeah.
He comes and lets us know. He goes through a bunch of stuff and lets us know there was some faulty wiring down there. And it's good that we had it looked at because
that's
potentially,
dangerous.
it could have been a problem. And so I was glad I called the guy.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good call.
It's kind of dangerous doing that. So it's easier now that I think about that. It's like, well, if I do this caulking and it's going, but it's gonna be fine. I just got to make sure I let it dry and I'll slop lots on.
There you go.
So that's the house repairs coming up.
Yeah,
that should be exciting.
All this caulk talk has got my brain going down into a bad place here.
So far, that's what we've talked about in the Snot Sucker. So we're on a roll. We're doing great.
Yeah.
Well. If people aren't laughing their heads off now, I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't know.
Who cares?
We're laughing. We're laughing anyway.
Who cares about the sports you guys are going to talk about? Give us more of this stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's our excitement going on here. What else do we got? Man, it's been speaking of the walking. Yeah, I've been trying to get up to 10,000 a day, and it's tough just the way the weather is. I'm right up around that 7,000 to 8,000 mark, and just can't get myself to 10,000. But every time I'm freezing my balls off out there, walking in the minus 30, I think of you and
you walk fast,
your little walking pad.
Yeah. But part of the walks have been a walk with the dog outside during the day. Like I have to do that like 3 days a week. I'm teaching, and I'm teaching for 9 hours a day. So I'm sitting.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of the day out. So you got to plan like the morning and then later that morning. And then at night when you get like there was just some scheduling to go into that. And I feel real guilty, sitting, but that's the nature of the job. When you play drums, you have to sit.
There's plenty of people that can relate, I'm sure, especially in the winter months.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No kidding. And the temperature here has been going up and down too. Like last week, one day was like summer, and then all of a sudden it's freezing cold again.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
I had 8 students away last week or the week before.
Oh, everyone's on
they were like
holidays.
Mexico and Florida. God. Yeah, I got 2 people tomorrow that are going away, and they're like, hope it's real cold here next week. And I'm like, I'm shoveling all my snow in my truck and bringing it to your driveway.
My brother-in-law and father-in-law are in Hawaii right now. And
is that where he is?
Yes.
Coop saw a picture today on I don't know where he had it pulled up somewhere, and it was Jeremy. Okay. It was a picture from Jeremy, and I was like, where is he? And he's like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
They're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, golfing and
that'd be amazing.
That weather and so good for them. That's
exactly.
That's all you can say.
Exactly. This makes us stronger, though, right?
I think so. That's
when we endure this.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah. 20 days till baseball.
Yeah.
20 days from today till baseball.
Baseball's
Monday's truck day.
Yeah.
For the Red Sox.
I didn't know about this truck day, but you're telling me.
Do you know what it is?
Deal. You tell me. They load everything in, I imagine.
They load everything in to go down to Florida. Yeah, the truck pulls up at Fenway, and they start loading all the supplies, the water, all the stuff because it's there, and they drive it down to Florida for spring training. So it's kind of a big day. A lot of people show up on truck day
to wave the semis.
Yeah, if I lived there, I'd just go help.
If I lived there, I'd be going by Fenway quite often.
No kidding.
Until it lost its
appeal. I don't know if it would.
I don't know if it would.
I don't know if it would. But yeah, truck day's Monday. That starts getting warmer out when you start hearing, that baseball's getting closer and closer and closer.
What's going on with the Red Sox? Have they made any signings?
Nothing. Yeah, they had I think on episode 4 with Jayla and Cooper, I was talking about they had signed Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
and Walker Buehler, some pitching.
Yeah, they got some moves out of the way early. I guess.
Yeah. And then there's still some players, whether it's the Red Sox or whatever, but Nolan Arenado and Pete Alonso and Alex Bregman. So there's still before spring training, there's still moves. Probably in the next couple of weeks, something's going to happen. I think everybody's just sitting on their wallets, kind of, watching the luxury tax and not wanting to go over and being cautious. Everybody except the Dodgers, they're just signing everybody, and that's what we would call. What would we call that?
The Dodgers are a wagon.
They're a wagon. They're going to be a wagon, 100%.
Possibly, beside them and the Chiefs are probably up there for biggest wagon in professional sports currently.
Like, it's just crazy. It's just their lineup's crazy.
I know Dodgers only have, what do they have? One champion. When was their last championship?
Well, 2020 they won, which people kind of counted, kind of don't count it. But last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So no, they definitely are a wagon.
Yeah. And we'll see. It should be interesting. I'm glad they're in the National League, so that's fine.
I think a lot of those free agents too are probably like the big guys who know they're going to get contracts are probably just playing these teams against each other and driving the price up as well.
Yeah.
I know that always seems to happen with the Jays. They're always in on all these guys.
Absolutely. Well, they just signed Max Scherzer.
Which
was a 1-year contract, but
I mean,
and I don't know how durable he is still, but
I guess he's good. Like 3, what would he be? Like probably 3 or 4 in their rotation.
Yeah.
Could be good.
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, it's something. Jays are in the news. I guess that's something. They're on Pete Alonso too, but I don't think that's gonna transpire.
Well, and it'd be interesting even with the Padres, not to keep going on baseball, but the Padres, the owner had passed away, and now I think it's his daughter who's assumed the team. There's a bunch of chaos there.
Yeah.
And they're kind of worried about the money on the team because they have Xander Bogaerts and Tatis and guys that, big money guys.
Manny
Machado. So they figure that this daughter of this owner might panic and just start dealing guys. So there's kind of a delay on that to wait to see if the Padres start like just shedding all these salary guys.
Yeah.
So I know the Red Sox have been like kind of just the fandom.
Yeah.
On Twitter has been talking about like, man, it'd be great to get Tatis Jr. here. Like, who knows? That'd be, who knows what that would look like or anything. But the next couple weeks should be exciting.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be baseball, and that's gonna be unbelievable.
Fun as a fan to speculate and dream and
compile
your favorite lineup,
your fantasy team.
Exactly. Yeah, it is.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, baseball, spring, can't wait. It's February 1st though, and we are smack dab in the middle of the NHL season.
Yep.
The season has been an absolute, I don't even know what to call it. Dumpster fire comes to mind first of all. But then again, I look and the Canucks are only 1 point out of the second wildcard spot. So
still, I don't know. I didn't see how Calgary did tonight, but
I cannot recall in my 30 years, probably 25 of those years following the NHL, a more chaotic, dysfunctional situation. And I'm sure there probably has been similar situations in the past. I know there's been, speculation on relationships, teammate relationships on certain teams in the past. But this one was pretty crazy from the jump, and it seems like it's been going on for a long time here, and it finally came to a head last night when JT Miller got shipped out of town to New York, and hopefully the Canucks can focus on maybe winning hockey games and not drafting up PR messages to deal with the media post games now.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, JT Miller, big news of the week, going to New York. Philip Hedl and Victor Mancini coming back in the deal to Vancouver, along with a first-round pick, which was flipped for...
Almost instantly.
Almost instantly flipped for Marcus Pettersson and Drew O'Connor from Pittsburgh. And there's a few other players going back in that deal to Pittsburgh as well. Mm-hmm. But so Miller and Pettersson obviously... had this rift. I don't know if it was necessarily just Pettersson or other members of the team. But anyways, that's kind of been the main story of the 2024-2025 season for Vancouver. And he finally gets to move on from this. JT and the Canucks both get to move on, and it seems like it's a good opportunity for him. And almost instantly, the Canucks go and grab another Pettersson. So
Yeah, right.
There's two.
Same spelling and everything.
It's just nuts, yeah. So we got 3 Petterssons on this team, 2 defensemen, 1 forward, and 2 of them have the exact same first and last name, first spelling, Elias Pettersson, and then Marcus Pettersson.
Kind of funny.
But yeah, it's bizarre. And like I said, JT goes to New York and he scored 2 goals. Looked great for them today. So wishing him well, obviously. One of my favorite Canucks of recent memory and possibly all time, honestly, the way he played the game. So hopefully they can turn the page and obviously I'm just glad that we no longer have to hear about this and see it and chat about it. So
yeah, no kidding. And I'm sure those guys are just glad it's over. Like, just move on, just play hockey.
Yeah,
just get a chance to
poor
play.
Quinn Hughes is having a Hart MVP season, and he's been bogged down with all this drama and nonsense surrounding the team. So I think it's going to be good for everyone, and hopefully they can go on a little bit of a run here and sneak into the playoffs, and hopefully watch some hockey in the spring with Vancouver. So.
Yeah, that'd be great. And these guys, the guys they got, I don't know a lot about them, but younger, faster guys, big guys?
Younger, yeah. This Philip Hedl, he's a younger guy. He's had some concussion issues in the past, which are concerning, but he'll be a good third line center, I think, is where he'll slot in. He has potential to move up in the lineup. Obviously, he's only 25, so I think they're banking on his ceiling there. They've liked him for a long time,
right? Apparently,
so. Yeah, that's good, I guess. And this Victor Mancini, he's only 20 years old, but he is a monster.
Is he really?
I think he's got to be at least 6'5".
No way.
But
right up in the Tyler Myers sort of.
Yeah, he's
zone.
He's a big body, and I think he's a right shot defenseman, which are kind of hard to come.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I heard a thing with Alvin today talking about that.
But this whole drama throughout the season, it's got obviously everyone thinking and speculating constantly, and I think after hearing multiple opinions and multiple dialogue on this, that I just don't think that leadership group in the room was the right fit for a guy like JT, who's ultra competitive, and I don't really think there was anyone in that locker room, especially this year, who could kind of rein him in, so to speak, when he got kind of over that line. And you look at their team last year, who had so much success. They had guys like, Ian Cole on the back end, who's a veteran defenseman, who I would think would be a leader in that locker room. And then obviously they acquired Zadorov throughout the year, who's another guy who would, I don't think he would be shy to speak up and calm things down when necessary. And I don't know if this leadership group right now had that. I think maybe Tyler Myers would be the closest thing to kind of, a veteran presence in there that would be able to kind of go head to head with a guy like JT. So I can kind of see how it didn't work out. At the same time, it's just bizarre to me that you can't work through a working relationship to get on board and try and achieve a common goal, especially in, sport, right? It's not uncommon for this to happen, but I guess it just the way it worked out, it's good that he's getting a fresh start elsewhere and going back to New York. And like I said, hopefully this just means we can put this to bed and Vancouver can get on a bit of a run here and see what they got going forward. A lot of pressure on Petey now to perform. He's the guy
that they've paid.
And
he's there to play this role, to be.
Yeah, I think he's probably got this the last half of this season to make an impact and show him that he is that player. And if not, he might be sayonara as well. The big thing about this deal, though, they didn't have to retain any of JT's salary, which
Right.
is huge. I think he
Yeah, they
was
freed up some money, which is
5 more years at $8 million a year, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Opening up on their books, which is
that had
good.
to come
So,
into play in the business side of it for sure.
yeah, and I think like Alvin's comments today was they were trying to get something done since December, and I think New York was their biggest suitor through all this, but the biggest question was, or concern from New York was Vancouver retaining some of that salary, and eventually they got desperate enough and wanted him enough that they no longer have to do that. So he's going there with his $8 million contract, and I'm sure he'll do great things for New York. And still going to follow him and see what he can do. But man, yeah, he looked good today.
Yeah,
That
no
was
kidding.
crazy. He scored almost really early in that game, and then he had a second one later.
Yeah,
Looks good
one
on
was a
that
power
first
play
line.
goal, I thought I heard.
Yeah.
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 It was interesting, just on this note, it was interesting last week, Bruce Boudreau came out and had some comments about coaching JT.
Yeah, he's been
And,
chatting it up a lot
yeah.
over this whole thing and being quite open. And there's
Yeah,
been a couple other guys.
because he knows, like he Boudreau's got a lot of experience coaching, and he's seen a lot of situations.
Yeah, I was kind of
And it was
surprised
interesting.
how open he was about that. And how,
totally.
I mean, I guess he's just what a funny guy. That guy's such a character. But
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
remember that?
there's-
Remember when he sent you the video one time and wished you happy birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Bruce, there it is.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Bruce, there it is. That's right. That was great. And was he was coaching when
God.
we went and saw them, wasn't he? When we went and saw them play Philly?
No, I think Travis Green was still.
Oh yeah,
coaching at
that's
that
right.
time.
It was
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, going back a few years, there was all this. Man, this team has been through I don't
Ringer.
know. It's just constant drama with this team, and I don't know if it's like that in other markets. I think in Canada it probably is, but Vancouver just seems to be like an absolute soap opera at times. And I just want to get back to hockey. I just want to get back to watching Quinn Hughes dominate, and
Totally.
and hopefully he gets some support, and we'll see what they can do here with this 2025 season. But
Yeah, and these young guys coming in and get Kiefer Sherwood back and get Garland
Yeah.
going, and get Garland riling up the rest of the league, and
Yeah.
just get them all on one page. Get Demko some more saves. He's been playing great, and just kind of get back to, like you say, just
played
enjoying.
great. Yeah, he played great this week.
Yeah. And I think he's playing again tomorrow night.
Throughout all of this, they strung together, 3 wins. They went 3-1 this past week, which was pretty good. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it's good for their standard right now.
Well, in the Dallas game, I think they played good. They just couldn't finish, and the JT Miller thing happened 25 minutes before the game. I just can't imagine being a player, and that happens, and then you've got to go out there like a half hour later and play.
Right.
Man, that's just a lot of mental capacity.
Yeah.
You can't just shut that off.
No.
I don't think.
No. Yeah, that's why I was interested to see how JT Miller was going to perform today. It was an early start. He got in, I think, at 4:30 this morning.
Yeah.
And probably didn't even know most of the guys' names on the team when he's getting ready for this game. And
Right.
and he's playing first line center and on the power play and looking quite good. So
Why not? Yeah, I guess that's what you'd want. Like if you're in that situation, you'd be traded.
Just
and
get
the other
into it
coach
right
just
away.
throws you
Yeah.
in and goes, you know what?
Yeah.
You're running on adrenaline here. Let's use that to our advantage. And obviously that was the ticket today, right?
the human element has got to be just that's one thing I struggle with understanding is his wife and kids are home in Vancouver, and I don't know, like, now what are they going to do? And it's all those things you kind of don't think about, and obviously a lot of that lands on his wife and their support system there. So yeah, well liked in the community, and he will be missed for sure.
Totally. Yeah. No, I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy. There's a lot of trades starting to come down in the NHL. I think that everyone's trying to get ahead of it before this break for the Four Nations
Right.
tournament, which will be awesome to watch, and I'll be looking forward to tuning in when USA plays Sweden.
Yeah,
and
Miller and
seeing
Pete play each other. We'll see what happens on shift one.
See if Petey's looking over his shoulder waiting for something to happen. But
Nope.
that'll be phenomenal. But yeah, a lot of moves happening this last week. It's been exciting. And another highlight this week, Bedard. You see that goal Bedard scored this week against Tampa?
That was Like I watched it so many times, and that wasn't even like short side. That was like there was no. I don't even know how the puck went in.
Yeah,
It was insane.
Yeah, that shot was unbelievable.
And then he was getting kind of cheeky with the Tampa crowd right after. I think
was he?
I think so. I think he skated by and like kind of gave him a look. Like he seems like he's playing a little more cocky now. Like he's playing,
probably getting to the point where he's
just fed up with
pissed off.
Yeah.
He's far and away their best player. There's not much good going on in Chicago. So
yeah.
But wow, what a goal!
Just
what a shot!
up.
Just these guys are incredible. And
he's still a freaking kid.
I just can't fathom like doing that. Like I would never do that, obviously, in like a beer league game that I'm playing in. But man, to have the confidence to rip that from there and know like it's either going post or it's going in. So what a goal!
Trained it.
Yep,
totally. Yeah, insane. And so lucky that we got to watch him play his junior career here.
Oh,
again,
awesome.
We've said it before. Like kids like Coop, like all the kids that are, between 10 and 16 that got to experience him and hang out, get stuff signed, and just watch him play the games. Like,
wow,
that doesn't happen all the time.
It was similar to when Jordan Eberle was here, and I was a little younger, obviously, and the buzz around him was crazy, and he was doing something special every night at the Brand Center. And to watch Bedard play his whole junior career here was special, even as, myself as like a 27, 28-year-old going to the games. It was super special to see, and glad we got to do that, and always keeping a close eye on him and seeing what he's up to. And that goal was unreal, and hopefully there's more to come there. Didn't have a great game today, but man, it's got to be tough for a kid like that to go to Chicago with all the dysfunction that franchise has had recently, and their roster is just pitiful, honestly, at this point. But hopefully he gets some support soon, and I'm sure at some point in his career they'll be making a run out of it. So
I would guess so. Yeah. He's a generational talent. There's no doubt about it.
Yep. And although he didn't score last Saturday against Vancouver,
thankfully,
Ovechkin is still he's continuing his chase on Gretzky's all-time goals record here. Scored another one tonight, so he's kind of had a modest week. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists in 4 games this week, but he went pointless in the first 2 of those. But so 17 away from tying, 18 away from breaking, and could be end of this month. Well, probably looking at March now with the break, but we're inching closer and closer, and that's going to be special when he finally does it. And they're playing some great hockey in Washington, top of the league, which is crazy. They're honestly like,
no kidding,
this year's Vancouver from last year, who's really surprising people. They've kind of been out front the whole season, and they continue to dominate. So, although they did lose tonight against Ottawa in overtime, but Ovechkin had a blast from just inside the blue line, top right corner. Nice goal.
Yeah, the teams can only shut him down so long. Like I watched the highlights, from a bit of tonight's game and stuff, and they're on him, like they're double teaming him and everything, but he just finds a way to like find the ice.
Yeah, if
he's insane.
Any opportunity to let that shot go, it's got a chance to go in. So
no, that's exciting watching that and seeing every day, because every day I do check in after they play and even kind of following the games. It's kind of exciting being on the watch to see when this does happen.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that for sure, and it's going to be happening soon. So
there is no doubt.
Anything else in the hockey world that
I'm just trying to think of anything. I don't know. Not. No, that was kind of it. The Canucks news as of the last 24 hours kind of took precedent on anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a matter of time, and I know we were following that pretty close. So honestly, a little bit of a relief just to get it over with and move on. Sucks though, JT. What a player.
Yep. I agree.
I don't know if you know this, but next Sunday there's a football game happening.
I thought the season was done. Wasn't it done? Oh, I thought it's not finished.
No.
Okay.
Ravens season.
Yeah, that's when I thought the season ended. I thought when the Ravens were done,
and also
the league was done.
Also, the Bills season. Suck on that, Cole. No, I
Man.
won. I was hoping the Bills could
Step up.
beat the Chiefs there. What a game. A couple questionable calls by the officiating crew there is the main story. And but man, yeah, I don't know. Josh Allen wasn't running the ball the same way he did in that game. And I don't know. I think that's a testament to the Chiefs defense, and Andy Reid's got that team playing like they always play in when it comes to December or January, February football. Always find a way, and they got the edge there against Buffalo last week. What a game that was, though, coming down to the wire. And nice story out of that game, actually. In the late in the fourth quarter, Bills were driving and it was fourth down. They went for it, and Josh Allen made a nice kind of desperation throw at the last second before he got smoked. And Bills tight end Dalton Kincaid almost had it, almost came down with the ball, barely slipped out of his hands, and it would have kept the drive going for them. And the week before that, we chatted about Mark Andrews missing the 2-point conversion. Out of that, the Bills Mafia stepped up and donated a bunch of money to Mark Andrews charity. He has type 1 diabetes, so a bunch of Bills fans got on board and they were just flooding the charity with donations, which is good to see, obviously, because he was getting a lot of heat from Baltimore fans and throughout the football universe anyway. So anyways, Kincaid misses the late catch there, and Baltimore fans return the favor and donate to Dalton Kincaid's charity to return that. So kind of a nice little story for two franchises. That season ended on kind of last second drive there. So
wow, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's a human element in the game, right?
When you see stuff like human element doesn't really take away from the fact that Bills and Ravens aren't playing in this game Sunday, but
right,
nice little story anyway.
Of course.
Get you in the feels. And and then Philly handled Washington quite easily.
No kidding. Yeah, that was kind of a surprise.
Yeah,
I was kind of shocked. I was sort of following. Again, I'm not a big NFL fan, but I was following a little bit, and I was just shocked that game was
Philly
lopsided.
Ran all over them. Saquon Barkley scored like a 60-yard touchdown first drive Philly had. So it was they were playing from behind for the whole game, and now we got Chiefs versus Philadelphia, a rematch of the 2023-2024 Super Bowl. And Chiefs are going for their third Super Bowl in a row, which has never been done, which is
I was surprised.
Pretty crazy, yeah.
I was surprised. Some of those teams from way back, the 49ers, I was just kind of surprised
even
that hadn't happened.
The Patriots dynasty.
Totally. I thought for sure they had many in a row.
Yeah, no. It's hard to win them in a row, but yeah, we'll be obviously watching that one. And pretty crazy, like Patrick Mahomes, everyone's well aware, but this guy's been in the league for 8 seasons. He's been to at least the AFC Championship game in 7 of those seasons.
Crazy.
And this will be his 5th Super Bowl. He's got 3 rings currently. Yeah, he's won 3 out of the 4. And
that's wild. And how old is he now?
Pat Mahomes,
20.
He's got to be like 20. No. I think he's younger than that. He's 29. I thought he was younger.
Huh.
Yeah, 29. Crazy.
That's wild.
Born in 1995. That'll make you guys feel old.
Jeez,
if
no
you're
kidding.
30 or older, like
kidding.
myself.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just crazy though. Going for 3. I think they're favorites at this point, but I think everyone outside of Chiefs Kingdom is rooting for Philly because it gets to a point where you're too successful and everyone just wants to see you lose. So
totally.
I think a lot of people will be pulling for Philly in this one, but it should be a good game. I'm not thrilled that the Chiefs are playing from the AFC side, obviously, but I'll still watch it.
Mm-hmm.
funny thing about so they're going for three-peat, right?
Yeah.
Pat Riley, who's a coach in the NBA, coached for, I don't even know, number of years. And he actually trademarked that phrase, three-peat, when he coached the Lakers to 3 consecutive NBA titles. And so he's trademarked it, and he gets like, I think it's like 5% royalties on everything that is produced with that phrase on it.
No way.
So this guy, what a business decision. I was reading this week that it was uttered by like a player on his team, and he thought, oh, wow, that's cool. And it kind of became like a mantra for the team. And then, he was the guy that pulled the trigger and trademarked it. So,
man, that's so smart.
Yeah, it is. So he might be making some, I'm sure the Chiefs are well aware of that, and they'll be coming up with something else if they do win this one. But yeah, I was looking, obviously there's a lot to talk about with the Super Bowl coming up. You got the Chiefs Eagles rematch of a recent Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes QB matchup, and then obviously the Taylor Swift effect is going to bring in, hundreds of thousands and millions of eyeballs again, just for that fact, which we saw last year as well. And I thought it was kind of funny. Like the big thing with Super Bowl is all the different prop bets that you can bet on, stuff that doesn't even relate to the game.
100%.
Gatorade color when it's dumped on the coach, coin toss.
Yeah.
Bunch of silly things like that. But I was looking, there's actually a Taylor Swift section on one of the sports books, and it's called Swifty Specials. And I know there's going to be
betting.
There's going to be some people that are
like
probably,
betting for her to like get a touchdown or interceptions or what?
No. These are prop bets for most of them, or for Travis Kelce, obviously, for his performance in the game, and they're all named after songs that she has.
What?
So let me give you an example here. So the first one's called 1989. It's Travis Kelce's longest reception of 19 or more yards, and he finishes with at least 89 yards receiving in the game. The next one is 22, another song by her. Travis Kelce to have 22 receiving yards in each half. There's another one called Anti-Hero, which is Jalen Hurts who is the opposing quarterback, so obviously he's the anti-hero, to pass for more than 300 yards and Eagles to win. So kind of crazy.
That's insane.
Obviously, the Taylor Swift effect is real, and it just keeps on rolling here, and I'll be interested to see if she gets up and makes a surprise appearance at halftime with Kendrick Lamar singing Bad Blood. So
who knows, right? That's I wonder if, do you think, and maybe this is completely off, but do you think the league funnels her any money? Like, do you think that they see
I don't
enough?
think they funnel her enough money, or any money.
Not that she needs the NFL's
they've definitely
money.
been capitalizing on this just for the.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding?
It's been a story for the last 2 years,
of course.
right? That they've been. And of course, the Chiefs keep winning, so then the conversation grows louder.
Yeah, right. And then their fan base grows, not with football fans.
No, but it's good because
it's more eyes on the sport, I guess, right?
Yeah,
more people being curious.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's crazy. But before we go on to the next thing, I just want to say that commercial. I sent you the link to that commercial, the Post Malone, the Bud Light commercial.
Yeah, Shane Gillis, Post Malone.
I have watched that thing probably 40 times in the last 2 days, laughing my head off.
Yeah.
That is, if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's everywhere now.
It's funny how they release them now before the game.
It's brilliant.
I've seen a number of commercials out there already, like a week before the game, and maybe that's just like there's going to be more to it. When
of
they
course,
actually
yeah,
roll,
right.
But
but that thing is brilliant.
Yeah,
like
party on the sack.
Party on the sack, and they're shooting the Bud Light cans out of the leaf blower.
It's
amazing.
It's so funny. It's so out there. Like, oh man, yeah. You guys got to watch it if you haven't. Just look it up on YouTube or whatever. But Shane Gillis, he's funny guy, and Post Malone's in there, and with Peyton Manning.
They're brilliant.
As well,
They're brilliant.
Yeah, it was whoever.
This cul-de-sac, what does he say? It's bumping?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
or popping? It's so good.
It's so bizarre.
Oh,
but
I should know all of it now. I watched it so much, but I just laugh every time.
My favorite part is the start of it when Post Malone asks him, "Hey, you want to go fishing tomorrow?" He said, "No, I got a colonoscopy tomorrow."
And Post Malone laughs. His laugh is great.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I threw a lame party.
Yeah.
It's
whoever
so
wrote
funny.
Whoever wrote that one for Bud Light is knocked it out of the park.
Totally.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
Oh, I'll watch that commercial.
Looking forward to seeing if there's
game.
more to that one. Maybe there's like a part 2 or something.
Yeah, there should be. It's amazing. Anyways, I didn't want to get sidetracked on the whole thing, but that commercial with the Super Bowl in mind just killed me.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like obviously tune in every year, and depending who's playing, I'll be a little more invested than other years. But this year, first Super Bowl with the kids, so it looks a little bit different. Like even last year, I went to a bit of a Super Bowl gathering. This year, I think we're just gonna watch it at home.
Yeah.
We used to have, get together with all our friends and have a big, potluck, a lot of food, drinks, and make a bit of a
Celebrate the game
event out of it. Yep, exactly. And now everyone's kind of just stationed at their house with their kids, and Scotty will be going to bed at halftime and probably changing diapers during Kendrick Lamar's performance. And
exactly. First quarter snot sucking.
Yeah, first quarter snot sucking, second quarter diaper.
Yeah,
wow. Third quarter bottle.
Yeah, you can't go out.
Fourth
You're
quarter.
You're kind of locked in.
I'll be sleeping before the trophy's given out.
Yeah, that sounds like a great Sunday.
Things have changed, but yeah, it will be a great Sunday. It will be a great Sunday.
No doubt about it.
We mentioned it. Kendrick Lamar performing at halftime, which is I'll be looking forward to that for sure. He had actually recently performed when Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, there's a bunch of artists that did that. I think it was 2 years ago.
I think so, yeah. That was really cool. In the set with the different rooms and stuff on that.
Yeah, it was in...
it was a pretty hip...
Yeah, 2022 actually. So a couple years ago now. But looking forward to that. I was trying to think in my own brain of memorable Super Bowl halftime performances. And the first one I remember was from 2004. And so what would I have been?
11.
So 11-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And saw Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson.
He undressed her.
That whole thing, yeah.
He undressed her.
Yeah, gonna get you naked by the end of this song.
Yeah.
Was the lyrics
and legit.
It almost happened.
Yeah, wow, that was still talked about.
Yeah, so that was my first.
What an introduction to halftime.
That was my first memory of halftime show. I was like, wow, geez, I might have to watch this game every year. See
you
what's
almost call that full time.
And then next year was Paul McCartney followed by the Rolling Stones.
Right.
So
Yeah. No one wanted to see those guys.
No. But in 2007, Prince performed.
I remember that one, and that was incredible. Yeah. That was absolutely amazing because I can't remember where the game was. Can we see it on there in Florida?
Miami.
Yeah, in Miami, and it was raining at halftime when he was playing, and it was pretty amazing because he was playing Purple Rain, which is unbelievable. Yeah, like they couldn't have scripted it any better. Yeah. But the band was incredible. I know I can't remember if it was the last episode or 2 episodes ago we talked about some music things, and I talked about John Blackwell Jr. and meeting him here when Prince played in the early 2000s. While he was playing on that show, I just remembered as I was looking through the list. But yeah, that was amazing to me. That was like a real musical event. Mm-hmm. Like that just seemed to it didn't overshadow the game, but it really stuck for a long time that people talked about that. Yeah. I think still do. I think people that saw it were
iconic performance.
Just stunned. Yeah. And it was just him on one stage, no smoke and mirrors, just playing his tunes.
Just rain.
And just rain, exactly. That they couldn't have planned any better.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But there's been some wild acts on there.
Yeah, there has. And obviously all these artists are very well known. But there's been some duds and
the deal on the halftime thing is it doesn't pay any money.
No.
You don't get paid anything. But if you're promoting a new record, which Kendrick Lamar has, does he have a new record?
He
usually
does,
it's timed with a new project, a new thing going on. I know the the music director, the guy that does all the stuff for the show. His name's Adam Blackstone. He's a bass player. He plays with Timberlake and a bunch of those artists, but he's in that world and he sort of heads up sort of the music side of it and stuff. But what a production, like putting that on for that many minutes and it rolls out in the field and it's just, it's madness.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to this one. It should be good. Kendrick's got his performance in 2022 was unreal. I went back and watched it a couple days ago. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. He's got some bangers. So
yeah,
that'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's very diverse too musically. Like it's all over the map. Like from Tom Petty to Springsteen, again to Prince. To
not so much recently. Like it's I guess. I mean, 2016 Coldplay, then Lady Gaga, Timberlake, Maroon 5. Obviously, these are timed with albums, as you had said. 2020 Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. That one was kind of not from left field, but like two obviously icons in their own right. Quite enjoyed that one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Timberlake should have showed up and undressed one of them.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
he could have.
No,
he could have.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but it's cool how the music, like obviously the halftime thing at any sporting event, there's music related and stuff, but it's really cool how they've retained a focus on that.
Yeah.
And it's different styles, like I'm sure. And every year, it doesn't matter who plays, there's going to be people complaining about it and stuff. But it's cool they make it kind of edgy and current, right? Like they understand Kendrick's following is out there and, the Stones would probably not be the best idea in 2025, but they'd probably be great. It didn't matter. But it didn't matter who they'd have. People will still complain about it and say, oh, it should have been this and that, but they weren't really playing live and all this, and they don't understand the logistics of the whole thing. And it's like, whatever. At least there's some music going on, and on a giant stage.
I think there's a lot of like very casual fans that tune in specifically, obviously for that. And it's just part of the event.
Yeah,
adds a
100%.
lot, and it'll be fun to see what happens in this game. I'm pulling for the Eagles. Hopefully,
Well, it'd be nice to see that. And nice, as much as and the coach of the Chiefs, who is that again?
Andy Reid.
Yeah. I don't know a lot of him, but he'd probably be an interesting guy to talk to.
Oh,
he obviously does great work with this team. He's surrounded with, he's got great players on the team, but obviously something he's doing is very, very is received. They've all bought into what he's doing.
His whole aura is much like a grandpa's aura.
Totally,
like
it is.
This,
you see him, and he doesn't even look like a football coach.
No, he's very fun loving. Obviously, has done great things with their culture and had a lot of success since he's been the Chiefs coach. Also, used to coach the Eagles too, so kind of.
Oh, I didn't actually know that
too. But
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too invested. I mean, as a sad boy Ravens fan, I want to see the Chiefs go down. But if they win and make history, I guess that's all right too. The noise around that team is already loud. I don't know how much louder it could possibly get. So see what happens. Hope it's a good game. Anyways,
yeah, no kidding. Well, maybe if they win, they'll play the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah,
that'll be.
Funny enough, I think Patrick Mahomes I don't know if he was drafted in the MLB.
I thought I had heard
his father played in the MLB.
In high school, when he finished high school, he had to pick baseball or football, and he was like that good at either that he could have just went to the show. Like that's
quarterbacks
crazy.
That have also been drafted in the MLB.
Yeah.
Like, do you know Tom Brady was drafted at the Expos?
Yeah, I remember. I read that I think it was a couple years ago. I read that and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
And then looked back on it and I was like, oh yeah, legit.
Yeah.
You guys a pitcher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or catcher, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it was catcher. And Russell Wilson again.
Yeah.
He got drafted to Texas Rangers.
Right.
And he actually went to a couple spring training.
Really, eh?
Like just for fun.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild when it's like
you're an athlete when
people are busting it to try to get one sport and they're like, I gotta pick one.
Yeah. Shoot.
Damn. Well, I wonder if Mahomes regrets not picking baseball.
Probably not.
Well, and do you think a guy like that will like finish his NFL career and then go play baseball?
Oh, No,
like
I think
like a Michael Jordan thing.
in today's age, I don't think that's possible.
No. Or
Well,
play both sports, right?
Like Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
That was wild. I
would've been
remember
wild.
that. It was just like, what? He's doing what?
I've had to go back and look at highlights of both sports when he was doing that. And logistically, what a nightmare that must have been.
And how good he was, though.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, it wasn't like he went and played baseball. It's like, man, this guy's only out there. It's a PR stunt, whatever. It's like, no, this guy plays. Like, he really, really plays. And then, like seeing, the football highlights and going, this guy's a beast.
Yeah, he was an incredible football player.
Yeah.
What did Deion Sanders position did he play? He's center fielder.
In baseball, he was outfielder.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was very fast. There's some highlights of him making catches that rival guys now, making like amazing catches, running like 100 plus feet to get to a ball, and he just pull that off.
Crazy.
Which was entertaining.
Yeah, career 263 hitter.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
I'll say. Probably made a few dollars.
Yeah.
Playing both sports.
Prime time.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of hockey guys playing baseball though.
No.
Or football.
No, it doesn't happen.
Maybe
these
pickleball
days.
though. Maybe that'll be the thing. That'll be the crossover sport.
I'm sure there's a lot of guys that
you'll start seeing
dabble in pickleball.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Absolutely.
I don't know a lot about the sport. I got to do some research on it.
I've only played once. One time played. It's actually fun. Yeah.
Oh, I bet it'd be a blast.
Yeah.
It'll be in the Olympics soon.
Yeah. I think that'll be my post 50 sporting activity.
Oh, there you
I
go.
feel like. Yeah. But it is fun. Good game.
Yeah. It's fast. I think it's intense.
Should start playing a little more now so I can whoop some ass.
It'd be in the Olympics if you start training now.
Yeah. Maybe.
Hey, you and Scotty.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it should be like, once she starts crawling, just put the racket. Is it a racket? What do they call that thing? Paddle? Paddle? Yeah, get the paddle in her. Maybe not.
No.
I don't
I don't
poor
know.
dogs.
I think she's got higher things on her.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. The Regina Rebels are already watching for her.
Yeah, we'll see.
Playing that system.
Maybe basketball. Took her to her first university basketball game last week, and she was dialed in.
You know what's funny about that? That was my first University of Regina basketball game too.
There you go.
In 55 years, the school's been here forever, and I've never went to a basketball game until you guys mentioned it. And you guys went to the women's game, and we went to the men's game. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, basketball's a fun game to watch live.
That was amazing.
So yeah, it was funny watching her. I think she was just more watching everything going on, but she was following like them running up and down the court, which I thought was.
She looked really
cool.
cute in her pink hoodie.
Craziest thing, actually, we were sitting in front of a dad and his daughter. She's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Daughter's name's Scotty.
What?
Yeah, it's wild. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know. It was the weirdest thing, and that's not like obviously not a common name for a girl, and I guess maybe it is now, but
Whoa.
yeah, it was crazy.
Man, that's that is kind of crazy.
I thought I was just delusional or sleep deprived, but yeah, no.
And he kept calling her name, and you were like, "How does he know?"
She would not sit down, so that was some subtle foreshadowing for the
That
next
is
few
so
years.
going to be you.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I feel bad for you guys that she's going to be very busy. She's going to be very busy and loud.
Yeah.
She's going to be very busy and loud.
Yeah. I know it.
But it's in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. That's super funny.
Yeah, lots of fun on the horizon.
Oh man, once this snot phase passes.
What would you say? I mean, I don't know. You might not know, but what is like the most disgusting, but necessary kind of dad duty or dad task that you've had to endure? I know, obviously, the spit up right into your mouth.
Yeah. There was that one.
Gross.
There was that one. I'd say, and you do it because you're the parent, but I'd say like a giant barf.
Yeah.
Like and depending where it is.
Yeah.
Like I've cleaned it out of like vents, out of lamps, just where uncontrollable whatever, and you do it.
Yeah.
Right. But I'd say that.
Yeah, I think
I'd
the
say
puking
that.
is probably going to be.
Oh. Yeah. And even when they're bigger.
She starts getting into human food. That's
yeah.
Game
There's
changer.
more substance.
Yeah, it's not just solid liquid in there.
No, not at all. And I think but I think as a parent, you just step up and do these things. You don't even think it's just what you do, right?
I'm just thinking like how much more disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm sucking mucus out of this poor girl's nose.
Well, yeah, but again, now she's breathing, so
I know. I might have to flip that thing around and try it on myself. I've been relatively congested the last couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Well,
don't you get like can't you get like a what's it called, like a neti pot?
Yeah,
or,
you could.
or
I'm
something?
sure it could. Yeah,
does it do the same thing? I don't know.
There's other options. For
adults, you know what? If you really want some excitement, maybe you get Jess to do it.
Wow.
Could you convince her?
I don't think so.
You'd have to be, even if you were like really dying. I don't know if she would.
I don't know if she would either.
No, one of the dogs maybe.
If it meant I would.
I'd come over and do it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Maybe
maybe your most disgusting dad duty has yet to happen.
Yeah. Well, hey, I don't know. Coop's only 12. I don't know that I've seen it all yet.
That's true.
I'm not convinced.
You're not out of the woods by any means.
No way. Not a chance. But yeah, you step up. But the snot sucker.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
And Super Bowl.
Wow. Yeah. That's our episode.
That's our lives.
We've educated the masses.
I don't know about that, but it's good to chat about my everyday happenings and interesting adventures I've been going on as a new dad. So.
I love it. I love catching up and hearing all these things because it's very it's very entertaining, but it's just interesting to see you go through this.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It is because you guys are amazing parents. And she's the one that's going to benefit from the amazing parents you guys are. And, when she's older, we'll tell these stories.
That's right. We're just scratching the surface 6 months in.
Oh, yeah. No, there's more to come. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
Don't worry. We're going to be here for it. All of us.
We'll all go
sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah. Exactly. Cool.
That's all I got.
That's all I got too, my man. We got a cold Saturday evening ahead of us, and looks like another cold first week of February. And but we'll cap it off with the Super Bowl next Sunday.
Exactly. And I'm going to start wearing all my Red Sox gear starting next week to count down for baseball and live in that fantasy world of sunshine and 3-hour adventures.
I love it. I love it. I will do the same.
Perfect.
All right. Well, we'll chat with you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Take care out there.
Cheers.